Hi everyone and welcome to today's Introduction to Studies at KTH. My name is Ida and I will be your host, but I'm joined by a myriad of colleagues who will help guide you through everything you'll need to know before you get started with your studies. So, you're getting closer to starting your journey at KTH, and we know you're curious about what it's like to study here. So in today's presentation, we will cover three main topics: how to manage your studies, student support and opportunities, and student life at KTH. Our goal is to give you a clear picture of what it's like to study at KTH and to show you the support available throughout your time here. If there's a specific topic you're interested in, feel free to jump to the relevant chapter using the video navigation below. So let's start by telling you a little bit more about how to manage your studies here at KTH. As a student, you are responsible for managing your own studies. That means keeping track of your assignments, your deadlines, exams, lectures, and the overall administration throughout your program. This also includes registration for your courses and exams. It's important to note that registration is essential. Even if you've been admitted to KTH, you still need to register through LADOC. And don't worry, we'll explain more about platforms like LADOC shortly. If you're studying full-time, you should plan to spend about 40 hours a week on your studies. So even if your schedule shows some gaps during the day, those are usually meant for self-study or group work. Speaking of group work, you might have heard that this is a big part of student life in Sweden and at KTH, and that's absolutely true. We believe working in groups helps you develop valuable teamwork skills and prepare you for real-life situations in your future career. So it's always a good idea to attend lectures even if they're not mandatory. However, lab sessions and seminars are mandatory, so make sure not to miss those. At the start of each course, your course coordinator will cover all of the expectation and requirements with you, so you always know what to do. So, to recap, you register for your courses and exams in LADOC. 100% of study time equals 40 hours a week. Learning to work together is an integral part of our education system here at KTH. And lectures are not always mandatory, but lab activities and seminars are. At KTH, we are committed to creating a welcoming and collaborative environment. That includes staff, professors, researchers, and most importantly, you, the students. Our goal is to inspire you to think creatively and find innovative solutions to real-world challenges. And how do we foster this environment? For one, it's common in Sweden to address professors by their first names, and while this may feel a little bit unusual at first, you'll soon appreciate the informal and equal atmosphere this shapes in our classrooms. And at KTH, you're encouraged to question and explore. And that means asking your lecturers questions, debating ideas with your classmates, and challenging traditional ways of thinking. We don't claim to have all the answers. Learning at KTH is a two-way process. We learn from you, just as you learn from us. So don't hesitate to ask your questions or speak up. Disagreeing is perfectly fine. What matters is that it's done respectfully. Being open to different viewpoints often leads to deeper understanding and growth. If something is unclear in class, if you're unsure about an assignment, or if you have questions about the course material, just ask. And if you ever need extra support during your studies, we're here to help. We'll talk more about that in the next section. Now, I'm happy to introduce you to our first guest speaker, Eric, one of our many master coordinators here at KTH. Your program's master coordinator will be your main point of contact throughout your studies.
Thank you very much, Ida. My name is Erik Söder and I work as a master program coordinator at the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences here at KTH. At other institutions, my coworkers' role might be referred to as a study counselor, program manager, or academic advisor, but the main point here is that I'm the main point of contact for study-related matters for admitted students at KTH. Let's start off talking a bit about the academic year at KTH. As displayed in the image here, you can see that KTH applies a 2-semester system, one autumn semester and spring semester, each semester containing of 20 weeks each. The autumn semester runs from end of August, beginning of September, all the way to mid-January, and the spring semester then starts mid-January and runs all the way through beginning of June. Each semester is divided into 2 study periods, and on average students take about 2 courses each study period. One thing that might be good to mention for our international students are that you will have 1 or 2 courses at the same time, and you will need to be examined in those in order to move on to the next study period. So moving on, to administer and manage your studies, you will get familiar with different types of platforms. So let's have a look at them one by one. LADOC is the main student record system that allows you to manage your studies effectively. Within LADOC, you can register for courses, sign up for exams, view your course result, and print certificates. And you also apply for your degree certificate in LADOC when it's time for that. Make it a routine to sign into LADOC frequently so you don't overlook tasks like registering for an examination. Moving on to another platform, Canvas. That's the KTH learning platform for all courses and programs. Upon registering for a course, you will gain access to dedicated course rooms in Canvas, where you'll find information such as the course syllabus, course material, assignments and announcements from instructors, etc. Once you're registered for a course within your program, you will get access to the program room in Canvas. In the room, you'll find information such as the course syllabus, specific course information available only to you, important deadlines for certain things, and also announcement from the program manager and program director, for instance. And lastly, the KTH Student Web. This web part of the website provides valuable information about your studies, including contact details, support and guidance, IT and digital services, student health resources, news and events. As a student, you will also receive a KTH monthly newsletter reflecting on content from the Student Web and main happenings on campus every month. So, we mentioned it before, the program syllabus. The program syllabus is basically the binding document for your degree requirements. All programs have a program syllabus, and they are available in the program Canvas room or on the student web. The program syllabus serves as a tool for you to monitor your studies, so make it a habit to frequently check in to make sure that you're on good track with your study programs at KTH. So let's address a few important things regarding examinations at KTH. So some courses require written or oral exams, while others assess you through assignments or projects. If you have a written exam, be sure to register for it via LADOC for Students. And as mentioned before, KTH holds exam periods at the end of each study period. So if you miss or fail an exam, KTH offers a re-examination period a few months later. One thing that might differ from other countries regarding written exams at KTH is that we do require students to show valid identification. Acceptable IDs include a valid international passport, so make sure to bring your passport with you. That's very important. Also, I would like to mention that Swedes are really punctual. So you cannot be 1 minute late for your exam. If you are, you will most likely not be permitted to enter the exam hall. That is all from me, so thank you, and back to you, Ida.
Thank you, Eric. So, let's continue. Next on our agenda is student support and other opportunities you will have as a KTH student. If you need guidance in your studies whilst at KTH, you can contact your study counselor. They can help you if you have questions about topics such as selection of courses, specializations and programs, admission and entry requirements for courses, improving your study habits and techniques, helping you create an individual study plan if necessary, your rights and responsibilities as a student. KTH Library also offers support within some of these areas, like literature searching, reference management, and academic writing, which we will talk a little bit more about later in the presentation. If you're a KTH student with documented permanent disability, you can receive support through Funka, our dedicated service to help ensure all students have equal opportunities to succeed. In line with Sweden's Discrimination Act, KTH actively works to promote equal rights and access for students with disabilities. Funka is part of that commitment. Some examples of permanent disabilities include dyslexia, ADHD, ADD, or Asperger's, ongoing mental health conditions, or physical disabilities. Support is tailored to your individual needs based on an assessment of your situation. The most common type of support include exam assistance like extended time or separate room, mentorships, or access to campus resource rooms. Additionally, the KTH Library offers talking books for students who need them. My colleague Maria will tell you more about them shortly. So, what are the requirements for applying for Funka support? Well, first, you must be admitted to a course or program at KTH. Second, you need documentation from a licensed medical professional confirming your permanent disability. If your medical certificate isn't in Swedish, Danish, Norwegian, or English, you'll need to provide a certified translation in either Swedish or English. It's also important to apply for support early, using the national system called NICE. To make sure your support is in place before your first exam period in October, we recommend applying as soon as the semester begins. You can reach out to Funka using the contact details on the slide or through the link in the info box below. Let's continue by talking about one of our most beloved study spots on campus, a library. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you. Yes, the KTH Library does have a lot of study places. It's a very popular place whether you're working in a group or just want a quiet place to study alone or together with other students. My name is Maria, and I am fortunate enough to work in this beautiful place. As a KTH student, you will get a library account automatically when you register in Ladakh. Once you have your library account, you do need to activate it before you can borrow any books. You can activate your account on the library website or by using the QR codes that you will find in the library. The library is situated in the middle of campus, and we are open all days except Sundays. Besides study places and books, we have a lot of different services, and I will talk a little bit about some of them, but let's start with the books. So the library gives you access to thousands of books, ebooks, articles, and other information sources like databases and so on, both physical and online. The online digital library is, of course, many times larger than the physical one, and it's available to you wherever you are. Access to the digital library is actually linked directly to your KTH account, so you don't need to have your library account for that. But the surest way to get access is still to go through the library website. The library will also help you with getting access to talking books if you have a reading disability. A lot of course material is already available as a talking book, and new material can be recorded, but that takes a little bit of time. So if you need new material to be recorded, you need to contact us well in advance. So basically as soon as you get the course list for your course. To get access to the talking books, you need to book a meeting with the librarian through our booking calendar on the library website. And as you can see, the library website is an important place for a lot of library services. And even if you don't have a reading disability, you can still like to listen to books rather than to read the text. And everybody at KTH can download the speech synthesis TalkTalk and use it for free. And TalkTalk can read many formats of text off your screen. The library is an arena for both social interactions and studying. And we are also using our central location on campus to help showcase KTH research. There is usually an exhibition in our entry hall, and sometimes we organize seminars, panels discussion, or even TEDx saloons with KTH researchers. We also have social events like pumpkin carving for Halloween or make your own Christmas decorations. And you can just hang out in the library and add to the large little library snake, or play a game of chess, or help out with a large puzzle that you can find somewhere in the library. To make sure that you don't miss out on anything that we organize, you can follow us in social media, or you can take a look in our calendar, which is on the library website, of course. We can also help you with various aspects of your studies, especially if you have a written assignment or a presentation. We offer support on how to find scientific articles for your thesis or your assignment, and we can help discussing whether the source is reliable and useful for your purpose. We can also help you with getting your references organized, for example, by getting started with reference management software. We like to help you develop your academic writing and presentation skills, so you can book a consultation with a librarian or a language teacher, because we do work together with KTH Language Department. We can help you with any stage of the writing process, so from finding the references you need or getting started with your writing to finalizing the details and even presenting your work. This service is free of charge and is open for all students at bachelor's and master's level. The library also arranges weekly seminars on different topics that are relevant to your studies. During the spring semester, we also have special on-site workshops for students who are writing their degree project. All these seminars and workshops are examples of how KTH staff is working together with the teachers from the KTH Language Department. So now I will hand you over to Goin and Victor, who will tell you more about what the Language Department has to offer.
Hello, I'm Jane Bottomley from KTH Language and Communication, and today we're going to tell you about our language courses. So let's start with our English courses. At KTH Language and Communication, you can find a lot of support for your English language and skills. The pre-sessional course prepares master's students for their studies by helping them develop their scientific communication and explore academic culture at KTH. It also offers opportunities for socialising and settling into life in Stockholm. You can apply for pre-sessional in May. During the semester, you can join other courses which help you develop academic and professional language and skills. You can find more details about the English pre-sessional course and English courses in the info box below or on our website. And whether you take a course or not, you will always find support in the online KTH Guide to Scientific Writing, where you will find quick and easy explanations, plus lots of relevant models and examples.
Hi, my name is Victor Englund. KTH Language and Communication also offers courses in Swedish, from beginners levels to advanced levels. The credit-bearing beginners course, LS 1502 Swedish A1 for engineers, is offered at different pace. During one study period, either 1 or 2, or as a semester-long course which spans study periods 1 and 2. You can then take the continuous course, LS 1512, Swedish A2 for engineers, either during period 2 or the spring semester. For students who cannot take credit-bearing courses in Swedish, we offer a package of 3 non-credit courses. The first course is an introductory course to both Swedish language and culture. And in June you can sign up to the course. You will find the sign-up form on the department homepage. After passing the requirements of the introductory course, you can apply to the second course, Swedish for Advanced Beginners. All 3 courses are semester-long and span over 2 study periods. In addition to the language courses, you can join one or several of our language cafes to practice your language skills in an informal context with other students. You can also find a tandem partner and practice languages one-on-one. At the Center for Academic Writing and Rhetoric, you can partake in workshops and lectures on academic writing, presentation techniques, etc. That was all for me, and now I hand over to Ida.
Now, let's talk about another important support resource for students, Studenthälsan, the Student Health Services. We understand that being a student can be stressful, especially if you just moved to a new country, and that's where Studenthälsan comes in. Their role is to promote mental and physical well-being and help create a healthy, supportive study environment for all students in Stockholm. Studenthälsan focuses on preventative care and outreach rather than hands-on medical treatment. They complement the Swedish healthcare system but are not a substitute for regular clinics. So if you're ever unsure where to go for health-related concerns, you can always visit KTH website for more information about the Swedish healthcare system and how to get access to care. Let's take a closer look at what Stockholm Student Health Services can offer you as a KTH student. Through the Student Health Services, you can get support with many aspects of preventative care and overall well-being, such as managing stress, anxiety, procrastination, and more. They offer individual counselling sessions, which must be booked in advance, with nurses and psychologists. These professionals can help with issues like sleep difficulties, eating habits, procrastination, and fear of public speaking. It's important to know that contacting Stockholm Student Health Services is free of charge and all staff are bound by strict confidentiality. For more serious or long-term mental health concerns or for general medical care, you should reach out to a healthcare center, family doctor or psychiatrist clinic. The Student Health Services don't provide prescriptions or general medical treatment, but they're a great first point of contact if you're unsure where to begin. Also, remember in Sweden, talking about mental health is encouraged, not stigmatized. Your well-being is essential for your academic success, and we're here to support you. Every semester, Stockholm Student Health Services offer lectures, workshops, and other group activities in English, all designed to help you care for your mental health and emotional health. You'll also have access to Studenthälsan's online portal available to all students in Sweden. There, you'll find helpful articles, event listings, and interviews with tips on how to improve your well-being. There are two final topics related to student well-being that we would like to highlight. So, one is quiet and resting rooms. KTH provides dedicated rooms for rest and quiet reflection. These spaces are open to all students regardless of gender, ethnicity, disability, age, sexual orientation, religion, or beliefs. You can access these rooms with your KTH access card. The other part is reporting on discrimination. KTH has zero tolerance for all forms of discrimination, harassment, sexual harassment, or victimizations. So if you have experienced any of these, you have the right to report it. You can choose to file a report anonymously or include your contact details. Reports can be submitted directly through our website. The first step in the process is a meeting to understand what happened, where you'll discuss how you would like to proceed. KTH also has a code of conduct for students, which outlines the expectations for behavior during your studies. Our goal is to provide you with quality education and a positive learning environment. That's why we ask you to maintain a professional and respectful attitude towards your studies, fellow students, teachers, and all staff at KTH. Next in our presentation, I would like to welcome Therese, who will speak more about career support at KTH.
Hello everyone, my name is Therese and I work as a career counselor here at KTH. Today I would like to introduce you to the career activities available to you as a student here at KTH. These career activities are designed to help you prepare for work life and gain insight into the Swedish job market. Finding a job as a new graduate can definitely have its challenge, despite the strong reputation that KTH alumni have. One of the key career service KTH offer is the career coaching. You have the opportunity to book one-on-one meeting with a career coach where you receive support and guidance related to your career questions. Some examples of what career coach can include is strategies to find a job in Sweden, support with writing your CV and cover letter, help with planning and strategies for your career after graduation. Another activity that KTH offers is the mentorship program. As a student, you can apply to the program and be matched with a KTH alumni, someone who has studied at KTH and now works in the field relevant to your future career. The mentorship program is designed for students in the late stage of the studies. You meet with your mentor a few times during the academic year to discuss career choices, work life, and strategies for planning your future. The mentorship program is a fantastic opportunity to expand your network and receive practical advice for your career path. KTH also offers career seminars during lunchtime. We invite experts, including representatives from the Swedish engineers, alumni, and companies such as Scania. These seminars provide guidance on how the Swedish job market works, as well as practical advice on how to apply for jobs in Sweden. You also hear directly from companies about the roles that they are hiring for and what it's like to work with them. To support you even further in your career development, we're launching a new digital career course this fall called Engineer Your Career. This course is specifically designed for KTH students and can be completed at your own pace alongside your studies. The course covers what employers are looking for, how to identify your potential and make informed career decisions, and provide concrete tools for job searching. It's an excellent way to become more aware of what you want and how to get there. This was a brief overview of some of the key career activities we are offering here at KTH. For more information about our career service and exciting job opportunities you can apply for during your studies, visit our website at kth.se/career. Thank you for listening, and we wish you the best of luck with your studies and your future career.
Hi everyone, my name is Donny and I am a business coach at KTH Innovation. KTH Innovation is a department at KTH that offers free early stage innovation support for anybody with a current KTH affiliation, for almost any idea that you might have. Students, researchers and employees, everybody at KTH can get this early stage support free of charge, and we are today ranked as one of the best innovation hubs in Europe and in the world, I have to add as well. The support we offer includes personal development, business coaching, access to funding, legal and patent support, and also recruitment support and network access in case you need to build a team as well. The support is completely free, no strings attached, completely confidential, and we take no ownership in your ideas. You own all of the ideas yourself. So if you are curious about innovation, if you think you have an idea that might be able to fix something in the world, please come to us at KTH. 4 times per year, we have a very, very big networking event called KTH Collide, which is open for everyone that is curious about innovation. It's at our offices on Teknikringen 1, 300-400 people every time. We encourage everyone on campus to come to the Collide events because it's an incredible networking opportunity. And if you ever want to drop by, we are located centrally on campus on Teknikringen 1. And you can also scan the QR code coming up in the picture here soon to get more information about what's going on. So follow our newsletter, follow us online. There's always lots of events happening. And thank you for listening. And that's all from me. And now on with the show.
Thank you, Therese and Donny. Moving on. So let's talk about student life at KTH. You may have heard about our international reception, but what happens after that? Dylan is here to tell us a bit more.
Hi, I'm Dylan. I am the head of international at THS, which is the student union of KTH. The student union is an association of students that makes sure that we are represented towards the university. Our focus is on study time, free time, and our students' futures. Now, some examples of things that we do are that we make sure that our education is top-notch by talking to our professors and teachers. We organize social activities and sports to make sure you have the best time possible when you're not studying. And of course, we also hold career events and fairs to ensure that you can find a job once you graduate. Now, we have a lot of benefits to joining the student union, some of which you may have already heard about. Now these are, you can join the student housing queue from the SSSB portal, which if you've been looking for housing, you've probably heard about. You get a lot of discounts like in our restaurant, our bookstore or our cafe. You get free entrance to our after exam parties. And of course, you get to be involved in our chapters and associations. Now our chapters and associations are the main part of the union that provides student life when you're not studying. We have our chapters, which group together students from different programs that study similar topics. And then we also have associations, which group together students from all over KTH, focusing on specific interests that they might want to partake in. So if you're interested in science, we have ACER if you want to build a rocket. We have Formula Student if you like to build Formula One cars. Or if you're a performer, we have groups like the English Improv Theatre if you like improv. Or if you play an instrument, maybe you might join our jazz orchestra, which organizes fantastic concerts every year. We also have a lot of different sports clubs that you can join, such as the outdoor club if you like climbing or hiking or just kayaking, anything to do with the outdoors. We have the racket club for all types of racket sports, such as tennis, badminton, table tennis. We have the volleyball club, the basketball club, we have a golf club, and much more. And then, of course, we have our social associations, which make sure that you get to meet people in your time here at KTH. We have Bright, which focuses on hosting diverse events for every student here at KTH. Malvina, which focuses on female and non-binary students. So there's a lot of things you can do here at the Student Union, and you definitely will never have a boring moment in your life here at KTH. And to introduce you to all of these things, we have the international reception, which you have hopefully already heard about. So during the reception, we all have the opportunity to join events where we meet all of the other students that join at KTH. And we have all types of different events, like board game nights, karaoke, we have some sports events, we have museum tours for cultural experiences, we have city tours, and then we have the grand banquet at the end of the reception, which celebrates the reception and welcomes you properly to KTH. So if you have any questions about the reception, you can contact us through our website, which you will find the link for in the info box below. Just feel free to send us an email. We are happy to answer any questions you may have. We want to make sure that you have the best possible experience when you start here at KTH and throughout your time. And we look forward to welcoming you here to our community.
Thank you, Dylan. So, if you like to start connecting with your future classmates, we invite you to join KTH Student Community on the Goin app. There, you can meet students from your program, your home country, or those who share similar interests, and start building friendships even before arriving on campus. All admitted students receive a link to join in our newsletters, so make sure you check your inbox or complete your registration if you haven't already. If you can't find a link, no worries. Just email us at info@kth.se with your full name, the email you applied with, and the program you've been admitted to. We'll help you get access. So, one final tip to kickstart your studies is to attend your school introduction meetings. This is where you'll meet your master coordinators. So if you're ever unsure about something, whether it's academic, administrative, or who to contact for support, your coordinator is the best person to start with. They can either help answer your question directly or guide you to the right person or service. If you're not sure who your master coordinator is, you can email us at info again with your details and we'll help get you connected. And don't forget, everything we covered in this presentation is also available on our website. You might have already been following us on Instagram at KTH University, but as you're transitioning to a current student, we encourage you to also follow at KTH Student for weekly updates and news about life on campus. You can also connect with us on other platforms like RedNote, WeChat, and LinkedIn. Additionally, don't forget to follow the KTH Library and KTH Innovation on Instagram and LinkedIn as shown on the slide. Well, thank you so much for joining today's presentation. We hope you're feeling excited and ready to take your first steps as a KTH student. Remember, the student web is your go-to source for any questions or doubts you may have. Once again, thank you and best of luck on your journey as a KTH student. Bye for now.